I wrote up some notes.
Notes about what?
Just intro, chat, updates, thoughts, comments, and concerns, and thanks for listening. So,
Well, thank
just
God you have the notes. I would have never been able to keep
just to
up.
keep us on track, so we don't get too off topic. None of those are broad whatsoever.
No. Also, like, as if that's not what we were gonna do.
Ah, right. Hi
Hi
all.
all.
Welcome back to Completely Normal Amount Podcast, episode 6. Wow, that's crazy.
It feels like longer. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, that feels like we've been doing this for like our entire lives.
Yeah, it's crazy what you can do in a month.
Yeah, like 6 weeks to be
Yeah,
exact, I guess, because we
yeah.
haven't missed a week since we launched. So
Oof, we're so
that's
on top of it.
crazy. Saying that out loud makes me be like, "Are you sure we did that?" No, we sure did. We sure did.
This is about the only this podcast is literally the one thing that me and Summer do every single day.
Right.
The prep work as well as the social media has taken over our lives. So
Yeah, you guys be grateful. We
they
create some great
we it
content.
would be really sweet if you followed our Instagram. Thank you so
Oh my
much.
God, like actually maybe also give some things some likes and comments and share with your friends as well. That
As
wouldn't
well.
hurt.
It at all it would not hurt.
Would not hurt at all. It might actually better the community, dare I say, the country,
Right.
the world, perhaps.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
you never know the power of podcast for sure. Yay! So what you been
Yay.
up to, Allison? I feel like I haven't spoken to you at all.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't
0%.
I literally didn't call you last
And we
night.
didn't talk about anything at
Anything
all.
at all, and
No.
you're so true. No, nothing too much. Once again, just kind of been working. I'm excited about this next week because
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a 3-day work week, and then I'm going to California, whoop whoop, for
Woohoo!
Easter. So I'm just kind of gonna have to like push myself through until Wednesday, and then that's when the fun begins. He is risen and
Woo!
whatnot. Um,
Amen.
Amen. So literally the only exciting thing that I've done is to go see, I went to the theater to go watch my coworker. She's in a new play called, I think it's a movie too, Murder on the Orient Express.
Yes, yeah, it's actually a book.
That too.
Yeah.
It's all sorts of media. So I went to go watch. Unfortunately, I was like, the show was great, but I was so tired. I was kind of like nodding off, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get Chili's before, and that was really sweet. So,
Yeah, well that's what made the night, I'm sure. What'd you order at Chili's?
oh gosh, so obviously I did the triple dipper.
Of course.
I was gonna do three for me or whatever, but I just like wasn't feeling the because usually when I do that, I get the crispers as like the
Mm-hmm.
entree. But I was like not really feeling crispers. So I first of all, Chili's has a new honey chipotle like mozzarella stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yum. So I got those, and then I got Asian chili wings, and then I
Oh,
also got buffalo wings.
of course.
So that's
Yeah.
exactly that was my order. Oh, and then I got it was happy hour. So I got the sangria margarita.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
good. It was like a slushy. It was so yummy. So
Ooh.
if you're
When we
ever
went to
interested.
when we went to Chili's not that long ago, we ordered the triple dipper and got the honey chipotle mozzarella sticks.
Mm.
They were actually like so spicy, I thought I was going to die.
Wait,
So
what?
I I could not partake in them at all.
Wait, what? I didn't think they were spicy. Are you
They
sure you didn't get
were
the Nashville hot ones?
Well, we ordered the honey chipotle because we were like, "Hey, is this Nashville hot? Like really hot?" And they were like, "Well, yeah." And we're like, "Okay, we want the honey chipotle." And it was like almost like the sauce was like dark.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
What?
so
Summer,
spicy.
your spice tolerance is crazy because they taste like barbecue sauce to me.
Oh my God, no. I'm not kidding. I was like, I'll just take a bite. I'm sure it'll be like a tiny bit spicy, but like not that big of a deal. Took a bite, almost choked to death, and I was like, I swear I'm not being dramatic. Like these are so spicy, and I like could not partake in eating them for the rest of the
Yikes.
evening meal. It was so spicy. But everybody else at the table loved them, so just
That's
me.
great. I love spicy food. One. I've like been obsessed with jalapenos recently.
Oh.
If believe it or not, like I put them on everything. Tell me
Hmm.
why I went to a Mexican restaurant the other day and I was like not really that hungry. So I was like, oh, I'll just get a quesadilla. But I was like, I just like need more than just the cheese and the whatever.
Well,
So I was like,
yeah.
can you put jalapenos on those? Tell me why they charged me $4 for jalapenos on my quesadilla. And when
Aren't
I
they
say
just like a topping?
yeah, and when I say jalapeno, I mean like there was probably four. So it
Oh,
was like
that's
it
a
was a
good dollar a
dollar a
piece.
piece. Yeah, I was like
Mm.
they should just come for free. If chicken is an extra three, why are jalapenos an extra
Oh
four?
my God, that is so true. Ew.
Yeah, I was like,
Ugh.
hello? What?
I do not like
Anyway,
jalapenos.
okay,
They're
that's
really
fine.
spicy.
Okay, that's totally fine.
But I think the flavor of a jalapeno is good because, like, the Jack Brown's burger I was talking about last night. Actually, we didn't talk at all. I'm so sorry. Scratch that. Um, when the Cobra Kai Jack Brown's burger has
hmm
jalapenos or candied jalapenos or something like
hmm
that, like they're
hmm
sweet. I want them to leave them on there so I can get the flavor, but like I'll take them off because they're so spicy.
With the pepper jelly as well. I'm sure that's a
Yeah,
lot for you.
it is. But the cream cheese like dies it down, and then the Jack Brown sauce. I'm so sad that I didn't get.
Yo.
I we didn't get to go and eat it last night because it was
Yeah.
so packed. I'm so upset about it, but I'll probably get over it.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Jack Brown's, it's like a burger place in Alabama that is the best burger you'll ever have in
Oh
your
my God, they're so
life.
good. They're like
Ex
specialty burgers, like
yeah,
they have like a mac and cheese burger, like a peanut butter burger, a
the
breakfast
Cobra
burger. Yeah,
Kai.
Cobra Kai has the cream cheese and pepper jelly.
And
Lots of
jalapenos.
other things that I don't partake in because I am a creature of habit and will continue to get the same two things every time I
hmm
go, which is their like mac and cheese burger and their Cobra Kai. But oh my God, they have a special sauce. Like
Mm,
they make it every night,
it's
Jack Brown
beyond.
sauce. It is so good. I think about it
hmm
all the time. I wish I can bottle it up and eat it with every single thing that I consume. It's
They
so
should,
good.
I feel like they should sell it. Like, I feel like that would do really well.
And I've always wondered if they did, but I've never seen it. And they don't sell it at Jack Brown's themselves. So like I don't they should sell it. It's so good.
At work. So I work at a school, as I think I mentioned before, but if I haven't, I do work at a school, and the cafeteria, is like everything is like made from scratch vibes, and they have like that sometimes they'll do like fried pickles, which I
Hmm.
don't love the fried pickle. Like I like when fried pickles are like crunchy.
Yeah, not like
You know what
soggy.
yeah, like not like soggy or like you take a bite and then like the shell just
This appears. Hmm.
disappears. Yeah. Or like the pickle comes out of the shell. Like I need it to be like baked in there. Anyway, they have this like
Right.
sauce that they put with the fried pickles. It is so good. Very similar to like cane sauce.
Ooh.
And I am like debating on whether I could just be like, hey, can you give me the recipe? Because I think they've done that before, but I also want their honey mustard recipe because the honey mustard, I eat it with everything. And I know this is so disgusting. I eat it with rice. I eat it with, I eat it with any, whatever meat they're serving, whether
Uh-huh.
it's beef or chicken or whatever,
Honey
dipping it.
mustard.
I'm dipping it in honey mustard. If we're having tacos, I'm dipping it in honey mustard. I hate myself for it, but
Oh my gosh.
it's so good. I can't. Well, with the tacos, I will diverge and be like, maybe I'll just do hot sauce today. But I don't know why, but it's like every time I find myself needing honey mustard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Okay,
haven't asked
wait.
for the recipe yet.
No, well, I don't want to ask for both at the same time because I do want the fried pickle sauce recipe too.
Well, we'll just
And
do.
I also want the recipe for their cinnamon muffins.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we just have like a request sheet and they
Yeah,
can do it all at once?
if I could just turn this in, surely the sauce wouldn't be too bad.
No.
No. Wait,
No.
okay, right now, top favorite sauce, like places that have like specialty sauce? What are your top three?
Okay, like with from my gut, I have to say Jack Brown's. That sauce is so good. I'm not.
Yep.
I dream about that sauce. I think that Cane's sauce is like it's a
Mhm.
basic chicken sauce, but they do it the best, in my
I
opinion,
agree.
personally, out of like Guthrie's or Fusakli's or any of those type of chicken places. They all have
Mhm.
similar sauces, but Cane's is the best. It's so good. Jack's is pretty good. Like
Ugh.
Jack's comeback sauce, now that I think about that. But I can't pick both of those, I feel like.
Well, you could.
But like I also have Chick-fil-A, and I know that's so basic,
Yeah.
but
No, it's
Chick-fil-A
not.
sauce, Chick-fil-A
No, it's
sauce,
not. I
I live,
think
eat, and breathe. That bottle is in my fridge,
me too.
with extra big size, because I
Hmm.
eat it any
On
chance I get.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. No, when we, not we, when Chick-fil-A, act like I was a part of the company. Um, when Chick-fil-A started doing mac and cheese, I would get their mac and cheese chicken and put Chick-fil-A sauce, like put it all together in a
Hmm.
bowl. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so good, so good.
Mm.
Oh my, yeah, it's got to be Chick-fil-A sauce. It has to be.
Ah, I do love Chick-fil-A sauce. If I'm at home, whatever, once again, maybe I'm just like a sauce girl, but like when I'm at home, that Chick-fil-A sauce goes on everything. It does
Well,
not matter
yeah,
what. Well, to be fair, I really just live off chicken nuggets, so like that totally makes
well,
sense.
yeah.
But sometimes I'll make like a wrap, whatever, Chick-fil-A sauce. When I
Hmm.
lived in Dothan, when I was um working for the news, I had to make my own lunch gag.
Ew.
And I would do like grilled chicken in a wrap, just like doused in Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
sauce,
Well,
and
yeah.
it was like the best meal. Like I looked forward to lunch every single day. Them putting that bottle in the store was the best thing they've
Best
ever done.
thing. Their Polynesian sauce is good too, but of course, like Chick-fil-A sauce has my heart.
Okay, I think my favorite sauces, um, Cane's is number one for me, I think. I just love their sauce.
It's so
And
good.
that's the thing, like I am a sauce girl at the end of the day, and like your food could be so mediocre, but if that
If
sauce
the
is
sauce is
good,
good,
not saying that Cane's is mediocre, I love Cane's, but the sauce really does amplify me driving 30 minutes to get it.
100%.
So Cane's. And then this is like so random. And I know that this is not specific to chicken salad chick, but
Interesting.
their honey mustard is so freaking good. It's
Interesting.
the Kins,
Yes.
but summer, and
The
I
one in the
swear
packet.
I don't know if it's a packet. They like squirt it in a thing. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming they just like buy the tub of it, but I know Ken's when I taste it. It's
Yes.
like the Ken's dipping sauce, not the salad dressing.
Oh, yeah.
The dipping sauce, but when you try to buy the Ken's dipping sauce at Walmart, it doesn't taste the same. It's like
Interesting.
it's like you have to buy it in the 2 gallon
Mm-hmm.
jug in
Mm-hmm.
order for it to taste the way it does at the restaurants. And like,
Yeah.
have I looked that up on Amazon? Absolutely. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for me to
Oh,
purchase a
no.
gallon of honey mustard. I can't. Anyway, so it's everywhere, but specifically, I associate it with chicken salad chick. So chicken salad chicks, honey mustard. I think Chick-fil-A is like top tier. So I think that goes without saying. So if we're putting Chick-fil-A out of the equation, I will say Jax's comeback sauce,
Oh, so
even though
good.
even though I don't get it as much anymore. For those who are not from Alabama, Jax is a how would you describe
It's
Jax?
similar to like a Jack in the Box or
Yeah.
similar to like
It is a fast food place, but it kind of has like the vibes of a Cracker Barrel almost. Like it's
kind
very like
of
Southern cooking. It's kind of like KFC vibes also. I don't know how to
but
explain it.
they have like chicken fingers and burgers, but they also have like plated dinners. So like fried
Yeah,
chicken and mashed potatoes and green
green
beans.
beans.
And
Yeah,
so like and you can
and really
get
good ice
they have
cream.
really good ice cream. Really their breakfast. Oh my
The
gosh.
mhm.
Biscuits and gravy from Jack's.
Oh my
So
gosh,
freaking
I'm
good.
drooling. Nobody
So
gets
good.
it because I have not seen a Jax down here in Florida. I've
That's
not seen a
so
Jax down
horrible.
here, and it really is so sad. That's like when I come home, I make myself go to Jax because I'm like never,
Right.
especially their freaking biscuits. Their chicken
They're
biscuits are so good.
so good.
We have a history with Jax. Where we went to high school, we had a Jax in right beside the entrance
Hmm.
to said school. So that was kind of like you go there before school, you can go there after
Hmm.
school. It
On the
was like,
weekends.
yeah, it was very much the hot spot.
Enough. Jack's is so good.
Enough.
That is Grayson's favorite fast food restaurant of all time, Jack's.
Yeah.
And he swears by, which I get it. I get it.
No, yeah, I cannot blame him if there was Jax here, you know. And
But
they
their
also,
burgers,
oh my gosh, yeah. That's the best fast food burger, and I'll stand by that. Wendy's, oh, blah blah blah. We make them fresh. I don't care.
Jack's is so good. You dip it in that combat.
Oh,
Oh,
and their ranch. They have homemade ranch, by the way. Oh,
moment of silence for the Jack's.
yeah. Maybe I'm starving, but like,
I think that's what I'm gonna have for dinner, unfortunately.
yeah.
And
And
that's,
well,
oh my
don't send
God.
me any photos. I'm
No.
jealous.
Actually, I'm not gonna eat it. There's not three near my house at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing about the South. Jax is like literally on every corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ever find yourself in Alabama,
Go to
go to
Jack's.
Jax.
Gosh. And also, did we mention that it's actually such a good price? Like I can get a single biscuit and gravy for $3.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's like right past lunchtime, so I'm kind of I already ate, but I'm still kind of hungry. Taco Bell just came out. I think we've talked about this, but I don't think we talked about it on the pod.
The
Did we?
chalupa?
Oh, did we talk about it on the pod?
Yeah, that was your weekend last week.
Oh my gosh, wait, you're so right. There was a whole segment about it. Never mind, forgive me. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up.
That was what your weekend plans consisted of.
That's so true. Oh
Was
God,
trying the new chalupa.
I can never remember what I've said to you offline and online.
I know, it's hard. It's fine. We can still talk about the chalupa.
We don't need to
Dear God.
we don't need to revisit. That's totally fine.
Let's just emphasize it's still
It's
on top
good.
of mind for Allison, and
Yep.
everyone should go try it. I still have not tried it, so I need to do that.
Yeah. So what'd you do this weekend?
Oh my goodness. Well, nothing really because I actually had to work this weekend because
Yay.
the school that I work for like had like their spring day this weekend like for sports. So, yay. I had to cover all that. It wasn't really that bad. But then I went to Home Depot to buy plants because I like plants and
Yeah.
put them on my balcony. And you know what? That about sums it up. That's literally all that I did, other than like read, but we're not to the reading update section. So
Just yet.
just yet. I
You
gave one
know
to a
what?
bath.
I was talking to my coworker this week about this, but like as much as I love receiving flowers and like plants and whatnot, like I unfortunately am unable to keep a plant alive.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And I appreciate like the sentiment, but like
They're gonna
maybe like
die.
yeah, you're setting this thing up to fail. I'm so
Right.
sorry. Like I have
Right.
no idea how to care for a plant. I can't put it in the windowsill because Mimi, my cat, will knock it over.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put it outside because I'll forget it's out there. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have no idea what to do with it. So if you're ever thinking, should I get Allison a plant? Don't.
Do you
Just don't.
remember one time in high school, um, for your birthday, I got you a cactus?
Somebody did, and that was you, I
It sure
guess.
was me.
I was obsessed with cacti.
Yeah, you were obsessed with the cacti. And cacti are really hard, I mean, really easy to take care of because they don't need a lot of water, but you did move forward with killing it. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I actually overwatered it.
Yeah, just a little
I
bit,
think
but
I
it's okay.
drowned it rather than um making it die through starvation and such. And
Hmm.
what's funny is that when I left for college, I had a friend who also gifted me a cactus, and I also did move forward with killing that one as
And
well.
that's okay. You just loved too much.
Yeah, like God forbid, I
God
love too
forbid. You
much.
feel too much. God
God
forbid.
forbid, I can't help it.
I
Um,
love plants. We have like a balcony in our apartment, and so we got like hanging ones and stuff, but I don't forget they're out there.
yeah, well, I never go on that balcony unless Mimi is like clawing at the door.
Right. Right.
I guess we could go into reading. I mean,
Pull my leg. Jeez, I guess. Drag me through it. God.
like I guess we'll give an update.
What did you read this week?
I think I've read three, four. I'm on like the my fourth book, I think, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I read this book called Home Run Proposal,
Mm-hmm.
which was horrible.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw your Goodreads updates and I was like, oh, yay.
yeah, it was so cringy. Oh my gosh. Which I kind of I had a feeling it probably would be just because the cover was so like that I even though I was drawn to the cover, I thought the cover was cute, but there was really a 50-50 shot that it was going to be cringy. Turns out it
Mm-hmm.
was. That one was like a this guy, he is like the star pitcher for this college baseball team, and his little brother best friend who is a girl. They're like all living in the same house at this college, and she is
Okay.
like inexperienced. Like she's never kissed a boy, she's never dated a boy, she's never done anything,
Okay.
and she got tired of it, so she like propositioned. She thought she was propositioning her best friend to like just take her virginity because she was like, I'm tired of this. And turns
Right.
out that the person she was talking to was the older brother who has been obsessed with her since they were like children, which
Mm.
obviously sets up for a pretty decent like storyline, I guess, because we love like a
Yeah.
friends to
Older brother.
lovers,
Yeah.
older brothers, other like best friends, older brother, whatever.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. I thought they were gonna be doing some sneaking around stitch because like the best friend and the brother of it all. Turns out
Yeah.
it wasn't an issue at all.
Oh, okay.
Brother was like, go ahead, I don't care. I was like, oh,
Well, that's not fun.
okay. So they once again, like the setup was like, oh, okay, this could be interesting, but
The
the
execution.
execution was just like you didn't even know he like liked her until you got into his head, and then all of a sudden he was acting like he's been obsessed with her his whole life. Like
Okay.
he's never acted on his feelings, and he's never shown that he's like liked her before. So whenever he agrees to like this proposition she has, he's like going full force, and it just made me feel uncomfortable because like if I was putting myself in that situation, I'd be like, why is he being this way? Like anyway, it was weird. I didn't love it. It was super cringy. It was like all those like cringy cliche one-liners that get old so fast. So I
Mm-hmm.
did not love it. And then I was reading this book called Rope the Moon, which is like the second in this series. It was fine. Nothing really special about it. It did
Mm-hmm.
kind of like going back to the nicknames of it all.
Mm,
She called him
no.
Hot Shot. Hated it. He called her Cupcake.
No. No.
But like she was like,
Unironically,
well, she was like a baker or something. Like her dream was to like go to culinary school and like open a bakery. So like it kind of made sense, but I
actually, I
hate
feel like that makes it worse.
no, it does make it worse. But it's not like it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like he was
Yeah.
just randomly calling her Cupcake. Like
Right.
he had a reason to, and I don't know where Hot Shot came from. It was sickening. And the thing is about this author in particular, like she has to tack on that nickname in every sentence that they're
No.
so they would be like in the grocery store and she's like, what do you say, Hot Shot? Should we get spaghetti noodles? And he's like, I don't know, Cupcake, like blah blah. It was like every sentence they were using the nickname, and I was like, oh my God, they could use their names. They don't have to address each other
Actually,
at
just like,
all.
yeah, like,
You could just have a combo. It was cringy, but it wasn't
ew.
horrible. It was like a 3 stars.
Okay.
Now, Summer and I are buddy reading the first book in the Zodiac Academy. Summer, why don't you go? You're a little further. You're further ahead than I am. So maybe you go ahead and talk about the Zodiac.
Yeah. Well, I only read one other book this week in addition to Zodiac Academy, and I have I have to mention it before we
Hmm.
get into Zodiac Academy because it is the final book that's out in the Windy City series. Play along.
Hmm.
Cannot say
Amazing.
enough good things about that. It was a 5-star read for me.
Yup.
Naturally, I had 70 highlights in that book. Just to
Yeah.
put that out there. Um,
And
oh my
I
God,
did tell you that Isaiah would have that effect.
yeah, and I just want to publicly on the pod say Allison changed my life with the recommendation of the Windy City series. Just wanted to make sure that that was emphasized from when we did our romance book episode to now, how much growth there has been in my life because I've read the Windy City series. So, I that
Hmm.
we love Isaiah. This I
In
cannot
this
say it.
house,
In this
we love
house,
him.
we love him. Again, 5-star read. The only two 5 stars from that series is The Right Move and Play Along. So Ryan Shea and Isaiah Rhodes.
Isaiah Rhodes, perfect.
And that's
Love that lineup.
all. Yeah. And then moved forward with Buddy reading Zodiac Academy. Let me just say, I guess I actually had zero clue what this book was about when I started it.
Hmm.
I have, dear God, I think everybody and their mother who's walked in a bookstore has seen this series or have seen Book Talk before. You've heard someone talk about this because it's literally everywhere for me, at least. I
Hmm.
feel like a ton of book talkers that like romantasy have talked about the Zodiac Academy. And I've been hesitant to read it because I was under the impression that it was like a super long series, which it is.
Hmm.
Okay.
12 books.
Well, yeah, 12 books. But then I found out they're not like
Like they're not like
one
12 in
straight.
the series.
Yeah, it's like they all go together, but they're not
Some of
like
them you don't really have to read.
right. I don't really know what to call that at all, but
Like
anyway,
add-ons,
like
extras, I don't know.
spin-offs kind of,
Yeah.
but I think they contribute to the plot. I actually don't have a clue at this point, but yeah. And then I this is going to be awful, but in this house we do judge books by their covers, okay? I think that we've
Hmm.
been very clear. When I would see the Zodiac Academy books in the bookstore, I hated the cover because it's a
They're ugly.
glossy, it's a glossy cover, paperback cover, which paperback is fine, but it's glossy and I don't it doesn't draw me in. All right. It's
I like a matte finish.
yes. I think I would have been like, "Oh, this looks cool." If it was matte. Literally that's all it probably
Yeah.
would have taken, but I hate that glossy finish. It makes it feel like it's like a textbook to me. I don't know.
Mhm. I
Also,
don't think I've ever seen it in the
oh
bookstore.
my gosh, in Barnes& and Noble here where I live, they have a whole section dedicated to every like not dedicated, but like every single book is there. And
Oh.
that's why it was so intimidating for me because I would see it and I'd be like, "Dang, it's taking up the whole freaking shelf." And some of the books, I'm not scared of large books, but some of them they're kind of large on the way down in the series.
Yeah.
So, for some reason when Allison said that it was on her April TBR, I was like, "Well, I might as well read it now because I've been wanting to read it. I'm interested to see what the hype is because I see it everywhere." Again, when I read the first chapter and saw that they were in Chicago, I said, "Oh,
Ooh, right
I
back
haven't.
where you haven't left.
I was just in the Windy City. Wow, I have not left." And then I realized I have no clue what this is about, and I was getting a little. Sometimes I don't mind jumping into a book without having like read a summary, but considering I didn't know that it was even in America, I was like, "Okay, let me."
Okay, I agree, Summer. Starting it, I was like, why are we in the real
Yeah,
world? It
that
was kind of
threw me
giving.
for a loop.
Have you ever read Cruel Prince?
No.
Okay, and Cruel Prince, which is like lit like in Zodiac Academy, which we're about to get into,
Yeah.
like it's like Fey world, but there are like elements of the human world kind of.
Mm-hmm.
In Cruel Prince, they are literally like not like Fey, they're like little fairies with like ogres and trolls and like whatever. It's like that kind of fairy and not like
Okay.
Fey. Like the main character, like the main prince, whatever, like has a tail
I was about to say,
vibes.
is that the one that has a tail? Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
And that's also conveniently Cruel Prince and Zodiac Academy have one thing in common, and that is gonna go ahead and be it is a bully romance, which we did not know. But reading Cruel Prince, it starts off in the human world. I'm pretty sure the first sentence has the word fish sticks in it. And
What?
I I will stand by the Cruel Prince series is terrible.
Oh my
I
God, it's
read
so popular.
it's so popular. I read all three books. The last one was like decent, but oh my gosh, that series is not as good as people are acclaiming it is.
Uh,
That's what I'll say, but we can go back to Zodiac Academy. That's what I'm saying. I hate when fantasy novels want to incorporate real world
mm-hmm.
vibes, except for Crescent City. And that's what I'll
But
say.
like, and we've kind of talked about this, so I'm just pretend we haven't. Crescent City was different. They just integrated like technology that some technology that we're familiar with, but they didn't straight up say like an iPhone or like really
Facebook.
fa Facebook or like you can text and like take pictures, but they didn't really, from my memory, didn't really go into detail about like what they were doing with the phone. They just kind of
Yeah.
like they have a phone. And so they were still in this highly
Hmm.
technological fantasy world, considering it was so hard to wrap my head around it, the first book. Like it still felt like I was immersed in a different world and not in reality.
Yeah.
But when twin sisters, are riding bikes in Chicago or like robbing houses in Chicago, I go, oh my God, wait, what's going on
Yeah,
actually?
that's Zodiac Academy, by the way,
Yeah, sorry,
not the plot of Crescent City.
not
Crescent
the
City,
plot. Hang on.
just to clarify, Crescent City is a Sarah J. Maas
Oh
series, and
God.
that's what we'll say.
That's all I say.
We're done. We're just saying it's a Sarah J.
There you
Maas.
go.
Okay, all right. Anyway, going back to Zodiac Academy.
But yeah, no, when you open up Zodiac Academy, you're in Chicago, which is like really random. And they're like 18-year-old twin sisters who are alone.
They just got out of foster care, and
Yeah.
the lore is their birth parents died in a fire, and magically they survived a house fire. These babies.
Yeah. So 70% of the way through, I still don't fully know their story.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like hating on it. However, that did lead me after like I read the first two chapters because it's kind of, I don't think it's exactly back and forth, but it switches POVs. Every other chapter basically is one of the sisters' POVs. So after I got each sister's POV, I said, okay, I have no idea what this is about. I thought we were doing fantasy. I didn't know
Hmm.
they were 18. Like I thought this was a different vibe. So I had to go read the summary, which did lead me to reading some horrible Goodreads reviews that made me
Yeah.
scared. So then I did text Allison saying, I'm a little scared because I have never read bully romance.
I did not know it was bullying
I
either.
didn't, and it may, this sounds dumb, but I guess I didn't know what that meant exactly.
Hmm.
Because one, like you said, I didn't know that that's what this was. And because considering a lot of the things that people talk about when they bring up Zodiac Academy is the romance, I was just kind of confused to hear that it was like,
We were hazing each other
yeah,
vibes.
um,
Yeah, I also went
yeah,
in not knowing anything about the book either. Like, I don't even think I read a synopsis. So
yeah,
I
no,
went basically, I purely went off TikTok, and I should not have done that, knowing
right,
that they have never led me to
no,
on the right path.
no.
But
No, because you have a whole
yeah.
YouTube video about it. You should go check it out on Alice Paul's YouTube
Oh,
channel.
there's summer. The worst books on Book Talk.
Book
So
talk, yeah,
true. Gosh.
please. Some very valid opinions in there.
Right.
Anywho, it's a lot shorter than I thought. I'm like 70% of the way through. I will say that I cannot, for the life of me, figure out if I'm having a good time or not. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to explain it because when we get through, because Allison, I'm pretty sure you read through all this already. Like the hazing part, it wasn't like to me, it wasn't anything like, ew, oh my God, I'm done. Like I'm not reading about this. This is horrible. But also it made me uncomfy. Like I don't necessarily love, I don't think anybody does, but I don't really like seeing hazing or bullying. Like if it's in a show or a book, it makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Again, obviously I don't think anyone likes it, but it just kind of puts me in like a, God, I just can't keep reading this. But
Yeah.
then I thought maybe like it would stop, but like no, it didn't.
So for context, like basically these two sisters were taken to this other Fey world after this guy was like, "Hey, by the way, like you have an inheritance in this other world. We're coming to pick you up so that you can go to the
Mm-hmm.
Zodiac Academy." They go through like this portal vibe. They end up at the Zodiac Academy. They go through like this process in which you figure out like what because there's like four elements of
Mm-hmm.
power, like fire, water, earth, and air, duh.
Right.
What else?
Yeah.
And they're like going through the process of like trying to figure out like what powers they have. Turns out these two twins have all four, which is unheard of.
Very rare.
And then you find out that they're like the heirs of the king and queen of Solaria, which is this
The
world.
land. Yeah.
Yeah, and but because their birth parents like died and the heirs were nowhere to be found, the like four like top I don't know, I guess like the Fae of
There
the
are like four, they call them like celestial families. Like, I
yeah,
guess like the top families of guys. It's
Solaria.
kind of hard to understand a little bit.
It really is, but the basically the four families of the air, fire, earth, and water, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they come together to rule. And like it goes on like their children are being groomed to like take over
Yeah.
afterwards, and they're called the heirs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also the bullies of this story, believe it or not. So
Yeah.
when they show up, when the Tori and Darcy, the two sisters, show up to the Zodiac Academy and have more power than anybody in the school or in the land,
Right.
the heirs are like, who are these people? Within like 5 minutes of them like arriving to the school, one of them gets bit by a vampire. The other one like shot her air power and like shot some guy across the room. Um, and they had to like pick. It was kind of like Hogwarts vibes. They had to like pick what house they wanted to be in
Mm-hmm.
because they're like they have all the powers or whatever, and they're getting hazed by these four heirs who like are like, you can't have the throne, we want the throne, and they were like
Mm-hmm.
queens. These
Mm-hmm.
girls are like, we just want money, like we just want to like get through and get our
Mm-hmm.
inheritance and leave. But these four guys are not taking that.
And I get that there's an underlying like something else. I think at the point that I'm at, there's like something else underlying the reason why they're so upset that they're there, but I don't know at this point. Like I said, I am 70% of the way through.
Right.
Um, what I will say is that I we do know who couples up, okay?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did have to look up fan art to get ourselves
Motivated.
interested.
Yeah.
So,
And I can't quite figure out how we get to the romance part of it between, I don't want to say spoilers because I feel like that's a pretty massive spoiler
hmm
who Tori and Darcy's romantic interests end up being.
hmm
Um, but at this point, I cannot imagine for the life of me why they would be interested in their romantic partners at this time. Um, then we found out that there's probably not going to be any romance in this first book at all.
At all, which is great. I would
Hmm.
like to read you a message. I texted my other friend who also has read Zodiac Academy, and hold on. And so I asked her her thoughts because I was like,
Right.
I said, "Hey, I'm on the first book. I'm really struggling. Like, does it get a smidge better?" She said, she said, "It's horrible quality writing." And I said, "I've noticed." She said, "But the story provides enough entertainment value that I read five of them." So, and then I also sent Summer a TikTok of this guy basically being like, I have read a 12 book series and absolutely like hated everyone, but I couldn't stop myself. As well as everybody in the comments being like, Zodiac Academy is actually horrible, but unfortunately I can't get myself to stop reading them.
Hmm.
So that's obviously encouraging for us moving forward.
We're also really, really excited about that.
But I'm with Summer, like I'm about 50% the way through. And I'm like, I can't tell if I'm enjoying this or if I'm
Hmm.
annoyed.
Hmm.
And maybe it's a little bit of both. But the one thing that makes me upset about this first book specifically, is that like the adults in this book provide no help for these girls that are getting like bullied by their students.
And like when we say bullied, we don't mean like point and laugh. Like it
It
is
is. we're talking like she went through her initiation for her house and he incinerated all of her clothes
So she had to
and
stand
she
there naked in front of everyone.
in front of everyone. We're talking the teacher coerced their minds. They have this thing called
Coercion.
coercion, and it basically means like if you have a weak mind, they can control what you do, like your actions,
Hmm.
whatever, because they were lived in the human world for 18 years. They don't know how to like block that in their mind. The teacher got them to stand up in the middle of class and let everybody in class take a turn at coercing them to do whatever
Yep.
they wanted.
And encouraged them to do so throughout the rest of the
Moving
school year
forward.
until
So
they learned how to block it.
and then they had another teacher who is a siren, which they get their power by feeding off emotions.
Hmm.
He basically made them cry so that he could soak up their like distraught emotions. And they was like, okay, thanks, bye. Turns out he's like a super pervy teacher who like makes them wear these skimpy swimsuits, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, it's a weird world in which like nobody has your back
Right.
vibes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like really struggling with like there's not a single person that is on these girls' side. So
But like they have said every other paragraph, it's just the Fae way. Like you got to take what you want. Like around here, like this is just how it works. But I feel like they're the only ones who are dealing with it. So
yeah,
I'm
I
getting a little
agree.
confused on that. When I went to go look at a summary, I did see that the writing was going to be poor quality, and that there would be some instances of like weird usage of words that we've discovered,
Mhm.
but also Jordan Fisher,
Who we
who
love.
who we love. We follow him on Goodreads. He read Zodiac Academy, gave it 4 stars, and he put in a comment that like it might not be the best writing, but like it's like a really imaginative world building. Like you could just easily imagine what's going on. And I guess that's the case.
But is that
But
the standard in which we are rating books? Like the writing's horrible, but the world building is cool.
right.
I don't know.
But is it like one of those times where it's like, well, the Shadowhunters TV show was good, but like, was it
It
good?
wasn't good. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it good
Yeah, and
though?
like yeah, that makes sense because I do
Maybe.
have a I kind of have a weak spot. I love watching cringy acting and cringy
Right.
TV and like is it bad? Yeah. Is it like entertaining? Sure. And I
Did I
think
watch
that
all seasons? Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that is the case for Zodiac Academy.
Right.
Like, yeah, like we probably are gonna have a horrible time with the writing, but maybe the plot is good. I just need to see. I'm like, actually, now that we know that the romance is not there until the next book, I might give the second book a try just to see, because you know, at the end of the day, I'm not reading this for the
Right.
plot or the world building. I
Like,
am here
come
for the
on.
romance.
We saw one quote on TikTok and we're just
Yup.
searching for it, okay?
Yeah,
Sue
okay.
us.
God forbid I try to feel something. And so that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the romance. I might just give the second book a try. We'll see.
But I don't
And
know.
I'll be the first to say I don't enjoy bully romance, I find.
I don't I hate it. I do because it's not enemies to lovers.
No, it's
Um
not.
because there's one of the romantic interests for one of the twins because I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Um is like so horribly mean to her in a bully way that I just
To
can't.
the point where he incinerated her clothes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Or like bites her against her will, but like in
Yeah.
like not in like a cool way though.
Not in like a
Okay.
Rowan Whitethorn way, more so like a weird, cringy,
Right. The other
disgusting
day
way.
we were on the phone complaining like there's just no redemption like for some of those things. Meanwhile, Rome Whiteborn did full on punch Aelin in the face, bite her neck, call her worthless, and wish she was
She
dead.
was dead, and we love him every. There is not a single part of my soul that doesn't love him with everything I have. So
And we never gave up on him because, but see, that was different. The reason it was
it is
different,
different because he wasn't bullying her.
no, and Aelin gave it back, which is because
She
if you,
punched him in the face.
yeah, this is Throne of Glass, of course. Why? How could it not be
Yeah.
in the Throne of Glass series? But like, it was just a different. It was that was the enemies to lovers ish like vibe.
It's a different context. Like
This is just full on like
this is
these.
just mean girl behavior
Yeah, these
with their
innocent girls are
boys.
just literally trying to exist. They literally don't want to do anything except for learn how to harness their magic so they can get their money. And their romantic interest, in addition to other students at the school, bully them every single day that they wake up, um, and don't let them get a moment's peace. And it's like not cute. Like I don't get
And
butterflies.
and did we mention that and I know we haven't, so I will be move forward with saying um they have this phone thing situation called an Atlas so cool. They end up having to use a social media platform that is called Facebook.
Oh yeah, did we mention
Not Facebook, but Facebook.
Facebook?
And after every post on Facebook, there are a million hashtags
Just to
that
let you
are
know what's going on.
the cringiest thing on the absolute planet. It is clear these authors are millennials and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because there are two authors, if we didn't
yeah,
mention that. Like,
who are sisters.
yeah. So I guess they write different POVs.
We may get two separate POVs, but the voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to decipher whose head you're in when you're reading it because they both have like the same thoughts, basically.
Yes. And then, like, sometimes I'll have to remind myself, like, I'll think that I'm reading in Tori's POV, but then it'll say, like, Tori's name, which obviously that's not her POV. And I'll go, oh, crap. I'm not
Right.
reading about her right now.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
hard.
It's almost as if like they should have just maybe not done the twin situation and just let it be like one twin.
Right.
That I don't know, man.
Or, I mean, I don't mind first person because it's in first person. So every other chapter that's in a sister's POV is in first person. Maybe they should have just done like a third person
Third person,
POV and
that would have helped.
moved forward with that. Um, but I don't know. Or they could have just like maybe not made it exactly the same.
Yeah, I agree. So like it might seem as if we're hating it. We're actually unsure.
Yeah, but
So,
those are the things we didn't like. What we do like, I don't know
I
actually.
could I actually couldn't tell you because even the world building to me is like very like surface level of mediocre. Like
Yeah.
to throw in, okay, they have these magical powers like the air, fire, wind, water, whatever. That's cool, but then to throw in also that they are also like vampire, werewolf, harpy, like there's so many different like species of
Mm-hmm.
fae. It just kind of feels like they took everything that could potentially be in a fantasy book and threw it
Threw
in
it
the
in there.
crock pot.
Like, not only are they Fae, they have an elemental power or multiple. They also are judged by their zodiac sign. And then they also have an order that they fall into, which is vampire, harpy, siren, like way more than that.
Because once again, they're out of school to learn, but unfortunately, there's no learning to be had.
Like, no one
The,
wants to teach them, but then calls them stupid. So,
yeah, they're like freshmen, and they're like, "Wow, you really know nothing about this world, don't you?" And it's like, yeah, they grew up as humans their whole lives.
I just got here 2 days ago. So,
Yeah, and it's like, well, maybe they should learn. Learn from who? The teachers aren't teaching. The
right,
students hate them. Like,
right,
what are they supposed to do? There is no standard of writing and reading anymore. People will just read whatever because they're smut. I'm
right.
sorry,
And
but
that's
smut is not the end all be all. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no. Gosh, that's so
Oh,
sad. I hate that.
life really hasn't been the same since Throne of Glass.
Thank God we're gonna reread it
At some point.
at some point. Y'all aren't
Okay,
ready for that.
I have one more thing that I've been kind of reading. I've been listening to it. I don't know you. I don't think you have. But you've never read any of Emily Henry, but like she is always a dunk. Like a what's it called?
Slam dunk.
She is yeah. Like everything she writes is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to Happy Place right now. That's the only Emily Henry book I've never read. Oh my gosh, Summer! I'm like three. I was like three chapters in, and I was like tearing up because I was well.
Oh.
It's kind of like a second chance because um it's like this girl and her like group of friends from college every year they go to this like cabin in Maine for the summer and this year you can tell like something's off. They keep asking about this guy named Win, and she's like, I can't talk about it right now, blah, 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 blah. And then you find out that that was like her fiance who broke up with her, and
Mm.
nobody knows that they broke up. And then Win ends up showing up to the cabin because one of their friends decided they're going to get married. And then they're like, we'll just pretend we're still together until they get married so we don't like mess up their weekend.
Yeah.
And it's going back and forth between like how their romance started into like now. And it's so obvious that he is still he broke up with her, by the way, but we don't know why. But it's so obvious that he is so in love with her. And there's just something that made him like
I'm
cut
getting a little chilly, like chill
it.
bumps.
It is, I mean, like the way I love Emily Henry
It's
so
kind of
much.
reminding me of Love in Other Words, except for,
It's not like the friendship, like the
right.
friends, like as childhood
Yeah.
situation. It is like, oh my gosh. And like you're in her head and it's like you feel how like heartbroken she is and she's trying so hard to not still have these feelings for him, but she can't help herself because they're literally meant it is summer. It is beautiful.
Okay, well,
It's so good. Honestly, I don't know yet. I'm like, I think I'm about 50% as well. And I'm like, I already think it's going to be 5 stars, but I really need to know why they broke up. And I
yeah.
also cannot wait for his love confession and being like, I still love you vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway, y'all have no idea. And Emily Henry comes out with a new book this month.
I
I'm
saw that too.
ready to dive in. Love that woman. So, well, we thoroughly did go into everything that we surely did not have to make this all about Zodiac Academy, but unfortunately,
Well, when you ask us for a weekend update,
that was the weekend. So,
that was the we did nothing except for we will go into full detail about the things that we've read. So,
yeah, and I'm like, I don't care. Literally, my coworker the other day, she's like the only coworker that follows me on Instagram. And she was like, "Oh, but your clips from your podcast is just so funny." And she's like, "I don't understand a thing you're talking about, but I love
well,
it."
yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "What is it even about? Do you guys just talk about books?" I was like, "I mean, technically, it's not a book podcast, but that is all we talk about."
We
So,
do gravitate towards the book genre more often than not,
yeah, well,
which is yeah.
totally fine. Yeah, like, fortunately, that is my only hobby.
Simi.
Okay. Anyway, so Anne Marie, if you're listening, this one's for you.
This one is for you. I hope
I
you
doubt she's
understood everything we were talking
I
about.
doubt she's listening at all, and that's totally fine. So maybe we can do thoughts, comments, and concerns.
Yeah. Let me
How
pull
about
mine up.
yeah, you go first, Queen. Let me pull mine up as well.
So a thought that I had um the other day, I feel like I always start off like that, my bad, is it's one of the most vulnerable things that you can do is when you have like a friend or a coworker, like you're giving them a ride, they hop in the car and you
Mm.
put your music on shuffle.
Oh my gosh, Summer, yes.
That experience is one of the most, again, vulnerable things you can do with a person that shows trust. But
Hmm.
two, sometimes I don't mean to do it. And it's like actually so anxiety ridden, like that experience.
Hmm.
For example, my shuffle, you will either get Big Time Rush in One Direction,
Yeah.
Broadway music, a random 21 Savage song that's on my phone for whatever reason, or Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And the reason it's so vulnerable is because more times than not, it will go ahead and be musical theater.
Yeah.
Or I'm not kidding, One Direction. I feel like that it takes up most space on my phone. Not that that's
And there's
embarrassing or
yeah, I was gonna
anything.
say there's nothing embarrassing about 1D, but
No,
yes.
but it's such a one of the most vulnerable things you can do with a person is letting them get in your car and you put your music on shuffle
Mm.
and just let it play through and don't have to explain yourselves. So I just wanted to put that thought out there. and congratulate anybody who does that on a regular basis. Like you are so strong, and I'm so proud
Summer,
of you.
that it's funny you're saying that because like sometimes I'll drive like my coworker places, and she's like 65, like she's way older than
Hmm.
me. Okay. And actually I don't know how old she is, but I doubt she's listening to the podcast. But anyway, she's way older than me. Love her to death. My favorite coworker, I must say. Anyway, she like I get really anxious of what I'm gonna play in the
Hmm.
car. Like I usually don't go to my main playlist. I tried to find like a minor play like right now I've been listening to like my summer playlist, which is like a
Hmm.
little more tame. But like I'm like, oh my gosh, like I get so worked up about people being in my car and I'm like, oh my gosh, what if they hate the music? Most of the time, don't even listen to the music, so totally
Right.
fine.
Right.
But like I agree. Like I stress about that so much.
I'm like I get like sweaty and clammy. I'm like, oh, just don't listen to that. That's just from Tick Tick Boom, just Andrew Garfield. Like just like don't pay attention to
Right.
that.
Right. Like that's totally fine. You don't have to worry about that.
Anyway, what's your thought?
My thought is like Katy Perry's going to space. It's actually crazy to me that they're letting this woman like with no experience in like rocket science, anything. They're just like, hey, why don't you go ahead and suit up? We're going to space.
But like
And
for
I don't
what?
understand. Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, why are they taking these celebrities? Also, I saw the ticket to do so was $28 million. Katy Perry, Queen, you have not been relevant in so long. Do you
Is that
really
that's
have
your
that
net
spare?
worth?
Do you have that
Surely.
spare money? There's no way.
So like hold on, so many questions. Isn't she just kind of like going up and coming back? We landing on the moon kind of vibe? Or like,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
know.
anything about space travel, clearly, considering I think people can casually land on the moon, i.e., Katy Perry.
Yeah.
But like, why?
Yeah, I don't know the route in which they're taking. Um,
You don't
and
know the
on,
full details of the rocket ship and all that stuff.
yeah, I'm really confused. Like, is this like a publicity stunt? Like, what's, and once again, there's so much stuff that could happen. I'm like, when you really think about it, if you had the opportunity to go to space, like, would you? I probably wouldn't because I would be deathly afraid of being stuck in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
There, on one hand, I would probably have a panic attack. On the other hand, it's like, oh my gosh, like to see like God's creation from like
Right.
that standpoint, like the fact that like Earth is genuinely like a speck of dust in the universe, and that like God chose to save. It's I don't know. I get really emotional towards
Yeah.
Easter. Like Easter makes me so emotional. Anyway, so maybe that would be a situation too. But either way, why is Katy Perry on the ship?
Like,
Okay.
what is this? Like, I feel like people go to space for like years. Like, I don't really know what's happening at this. I don't know how to wrap my head around the journey to space at this time.
Yeah, I hope they vlog it.
Well, yeah, maybe a TikTok live would
Yeah,
be ideal.
something like something for us. Like, would this be like the moon landing? Like, it's like live streamed and everyone can like get out of class and watch it or something?
Do you think
Like,
she's gonna take a disposable with her?
oh, I
Maybe
don't know.
show us the disposables.
That would be cool.
Maybe she should stream it on American Idol. Do like a little plug-in live stream
Yeah.
during like,
And
is
here
that
we're
even
hearing
on
from
right now?
Katie.
Yeah, and here's Katie in space giving her judge points or whatever. I don't even know. I don't watch American Idol anymore.
Me either.
Rip.
Uh,
Anywho, love that.
anyhow, comments?
So my TikTok For You page is actually like severely flooded with use this sound and you'll have luck for 7 days.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I am so sick of it. If I see one more, I'm gonna go through and report each and every one of your profiles. Like, stop using that sound. I hate it. All I want to do is see my book talk edits, okay? And I
Hmm.
want to see Milo Manheim and Little Shop because those are all the clips that I've been loving to see on my For You page right now.
Right.
I don't want to see use this sound and you'll have 7 days of luck. Or, OMG, I used this sound and my next 3 days were like full of luck. What does that even mean? Like, let's
Yeah.
really break it down. Like, what does that mean? Anyway, TikTok, I feel like you need to go through and like kick those people off the app. Is that aggressive? Sure, but I'm sick of it. I'm not kidding when it's every
Right.
other TikTok on my For You page.
Perhaps you hold it down and you click not interested. And then maybe Maybe it won't show up anymore.
No, actually, I think I need to get the CEO of TikTok on the
Yeah, I'm
phone
pretty sure you just need to
first.
block every single video you've
First,
ever
yeah.
seen.
And then I need to go and report all the ones I've seen. That is the reasonable first step is to write a letter to the TikTok
Yeah,
CEO, Bite Dance. I'm just going to go straight to the company and
right.
have them remove that sound off of the TikTok app
Thank you.
rather than saying I'm not interested in the
Yeah, because why
videos.
would you let them know that you're not
No.
interested?
That that is too reasonable,
Yeah.
and that's just not the space for that at this
Yeah,
time.
totally. I get it wholeheartedly. Not a problem. My comment is Coachella. Okay. I have felt like this for so long, but this year I feel like it has solidified my opinions. Coachella looks like hell on earth. I'm sorry.
Actual torture.
It looks like no one's actually having fun. It looks like it is genuinely just a space for people to be posting on Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how you'll see stuff on TikTok or whatever being like Coachella, Coachella, and it's like it is never about the freaking music. Like the people that are camping there, it's giving me the most anxiety you've ever seen. Like these people are posting on TikTok like this is our space. I'm like, how are you not afraid someone is going to steal your stuff? I don't get the hype. People are waiting an hour and a half on those grounds to take a shower.
Yeah.
To take a shower. Okay.
Ugh.
And then like on the influencer side, they're all complaining because they combine these two entrances and it's not separate entrances anymore. And it's like, how privileged can you
You be.
be? If I had a regular ticket to go to Coachella, I know I would, my feet would hurt. I would be tired. I would feel horrible because I have no
Mm-hmm.
money to pay for all of the food.
Yep.
I hate the fact that there are so many people there. It makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm-mm.
like a brand could not pay to let me go to Coachella. I would say no, thank
No,
you.
thank you. It's like they don't know how to make it look fun at all. Of all the years that I've been aware of Coachella existing, any TikTok I see or like an influencer vlog, I'm like, I, you're not doing anything.
Conveniently, I will be in the Palm Desert next week, which is week 2 of Coachella. So
Yay.
that traffic's gonna be crazy.
You don't have to drive in it though, right? Like you just have
No.
to ride.
Yeah, I'm just writing.
Okay. Blessings.
Yeah, okay.
Ever.
All right. Concerns?
My concern, it's pretty basic. We've already kind of talked about it. I am concerned with my reads at the moment.
Mm,
The one thing that we didn't talk about, I'm concerned about Zodiac Academy. One thing that I am concerned with is that we've talked about it in I think the past couple episodes or maybe just the last one. Um, I read 4 straight like contemporary romances and I was in like itching for another fantasy.
mm,
And I'm a little concerned that um Zodiac Academy being my first fantasy in like a long while is not really good for me
mm.
right now. So I'm trying to look past that. I'm just kind of concerned for my reading mental health at this time because
Yeah.
I was having a more fun time in the Windy City.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah.
I'm scared that I made the wrong choice having Zodiac Academy be my first one in a while. So just
Yeah.
keep me in your thoughts and prayers that like I
Right.
continue.
I think we should read the Book of Azrael next
Oh,
for our next
yeah.
fantasy.
That was
I
one
think
I
that's
wanted
really
to read.
good.
Yeah, I would love to, actually.
It looks really good.
I've heard
Have I read
really,
the
really good
description?
things.
No. But the cover is gorgeous and everyone on TikTok said, which that doesn't say much.
Okay, but I saw a quote. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's why we're in the predicament we are in now. But
I also really want to read the Shatter Me series. I know that's been out for a million
yeah,
zillion years, and we just talked about dystopian, and I'm pretty sure that's dystopian. But I heard that series is so good.
is it? I've heard really good things. I just didn't know if I would like it or not. I don't know. I don't know
I
why.
don't know the quotes I see, the way people hype up Aaron Warren, like he is Rhysand
People
himself.
do love Aaron Warren, and that
That's what I'm saying. I want to know the hype. I think that might be a summer series for me is to read the Shatter Me series.
yeah, I think we should because I have also the TikTok that you had shown me or sent me about people talking about the most toxic male main
Hmm.
character, which we don't get us started. Don't get us
We're
started on
not going to
that.
talk about that. So
I saw a ton of people comment like, "Notice how no one's saying Aaron Warren," and I was like, "Who is that man?" Like I know what he was from, but I don't know anything about him. So now I'm intrigued.
me either. I don't know a thing about Aaron, so I'm glad that we're diving into that. Also, I'm pretty sure that that series is like they love each other in every lifetime, but their memory keeps getting wiped, but they always end up falling in love with
Oh
each other.
my
Hey,
God.
you know, I gotta eat that up quick.
Oh my God, why did I get chills?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It sounds so
Hold on.
good.
I'm kind of blushing. Jeez. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. Okay.
My concern is the way that meringue is spelled.
Now what?
Okay, when you think the word meringue, like how would you spell that? Because I'm thinking like meringue,
Rang.
Meringue, meringue. Tell me why it's spelled. I'm pulling up because I couldn't spell it
Is
otherwise.
it like MER?
It's Meringue.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
Isn't
came
it like
up
a
with that?
isn't it a French word?
Who cares?
I have no clue.
Meringue. Hello?
What does that mean?
Meringue is like a dessert, I think.
Oh, it is a French. Yeah, that's okay. That's what I thought. Like lemon meringue.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Yeah, lemon meringue pie.
The
Yep.
French dessert of egg whites and sugar, and you like whip it up.
Yeah, yeah, it is French, so that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, Mael, I love you, but the French words are redonkulous, actually.
Well, if it's French, that's beautiful, but if we're doing American vibes, like why is it spelled that way? I don't that maybe that makes me sound so ignorant. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's just I think we like to make things more complicated in the English language, and
Yeah,
instead of going with how it sounds, we're just gonna see what looks prettier. Meringue, meringue,
meringue.
meringue,
The way it's spelled,
meringue,
it looks like yeah, meringue. That's what
meringue.
yeah, lemon meringue.
You know what? From this day forward, it is lemon meringue.
I'm
That's what it
sorry.
looks like. That's what we're gonna say.
Like, hey, I'm sorry. It really rubs me the wrong way when words are spelled not anything like it's pronounced. So,
And then we're supposed to just pronounce it correctly the first time, or people make fun of us. What?
yeah, yeah,
Which is ridiculous. Thank you. Well, I guess that's all we got for you guys today.
yeah.
We had a good time chatting.
Just an update. We're taking a break off for Easter, so
Yes,
we will not have an episode
next week.
next
Well,
next week. Well,
next
yeah,
Friday. Like this upcoming Friday will be what you're listening to right now. So
now and
next
then
Friday.
we will not have an episode. I know you guys are literally dying and crying. We're
I
so sorry
know.
to
We're so sorry.
disappoint.
You'll miss us so much, we know.
But we're just gonna take some time for the Lord and thank Him
For
for His
rising.
and sending His Son to save us. So,
Yes.
Amen,
Amen.
Hallelujah,
We hope you all do the same as well, in addition to also,
as well as
as well as for sure. While we take a break, feel free to catch up on the episodes and listen to all of them, maybe twice.
yeah. And it's funny how they're telling. I had a friend say y'all need to slow down. I haven't caught up since episode 3. This is your chance.
This is your chance. You're welcome. We're giving you guys a moment to catch up with all of our, not only our episodes, but maybe like our TikTok and Reels as well.
Yeah, and maybe go follow our Instagram because we work really hard on the
Yes.
Instagram.
We
So,
really do like Allison said in the beginning, that takes up most of our time and we're having a great time. It's a completely normal amount. All of those links will be in the description notes. So, and
yup,
TikTok is the same.
Yup.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Completely Normal Amount Podcast. You can listen to the podcast, of course, always on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And feel free to go ahead and give us a rating over there. 5 stars is the only thing we accept. So we just want
Yeah,
to put
so
that out there.
yeah, we're not accepting cash or card. We're only accepting 5 stars. So
Yes, thank you so much. And if you want to write a sweet note, that would be sweet and kind and lovely. Thank you.
yeah, thanks. All
Thanks.
right. Well, until next time, bye.
Bye.